The Milan anti-tank missile.
We've got 300 in the field.
Yep. Let's kill some Russians.
Hello, movie lovers. Welcome back to The Movie Hunter. Today, we're going back to 2007 with a film that still feels incredibly relevant almost 20 years later, Charlie Wilson's War, directed by Mike Nichols and written by Aaron Sorkin. This movie left a lasting impression on me when I first watched it, and after re-watching it recently, it still hits just as hard. It's a sharp, witty, and eye-opening look at how one man's actions in politics can change the world, sometimes with dangerous, unintended consequences. Tom Hanks, Julia Roberts, and Philip Seymour Hoffman deliver fantastic performances in this true story that shows the ironic and hypocritical side of geopolitics. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Stick around to hear why this movie is still so important today. Before we dive deeper into this fascinating true story, I'd love your support for The Movie Hunter. Please hit that like button and subscribe. It means the world to me. Thanks so much in advance for joining the hunt. The story follows Charlie Wilson, Tom Hanks, a fun-loving, hard-drinking Texas congressman in the 1980s. With the help of a wealthy socialite, Joanne Herring, Julia Roberts, and a brilliant but cynical CIA operative, Gus Avrakotos, Philip Seymour Hoffman, they form an unlikely alliance to secretly fund and arm the Afghan Mujahideen fighting against the Soviet invasion. What starts as a small operation grows into the largest covert program in CIA history, Operation Cyclone. They managed to send billions of dollars in weapons, including powerful Stinger missiles, to the Afghan fighters. These missiles famously helped shoot down Russian helicopters, and one of the most iconic scenes in the movie shows Russian pilots casually joking on the radio while bombing villages until the Stingers suddenly turn the tide. The movie brilliantly shows the bigger picture of geopolitics. At the time, the Mujahideen were called freedom fighters by the US. Years later, some of those same groups evolved into the Taliban, and the weapons provided by America were later used against US forces. It's incredibly ironic and shows how short-term political decisions can create long-term disasters. The film highlights how the US focused only on winning the war against the Soviets, but ignored what would happen afterward. No schools, no infrastructure, just weapons. This power vacuum helped create the conditions for radical groups like the Taliban to rise. It perfectly illustrates the hypocritical face of politics. Yesterday's freedom fighters can become tomorrow's terrorists when they no longer serve your interests. This movie explores deep themes: the unintended consequences of foreign intervention, how politicians use war for their own ambitions, the gray area between freedom fighters and terrorists, and how big geopolitical games often backfire on those who start them. Charlie Wilson's War was made on a $75 million budget and grossed $119.5 million worldwide. It received generally positive reviews, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics and 73% from audiences. On IMDb, it holds a solid 7.0 from over 130,000 votes. Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance was especially praised and earned him an Oscar nomination. For me, this is a 9 out of 10. If a movie can stay in your mind for almost 20 years and still feel relevant in today's world, it's doing something very right. It's smart, entertaining, funny, and thought-provoking all at the same time. Highly recommended if you want to understand the bigger picture of how politics and war shape our world. That's it for this movie review. What did you think of Charlie Wilson's War? Did the irony of the story shock you too? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And here's a big one. Suggest a movie for my next watch. I'm hunting for more smart political dramas or true stories about geopolitics. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next hunt. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next one.